quite sure why. Yeah, I don't. There was a reason, but I decided to check out The Wrong Paris. This is the new film from Janeen Damian, written by Nicole Henrich. The film is produced by Michael Damian, Brad Crevoy. Okay, it's executive produced by Jimmy Townsend, Amanda Phillips, Kelly Frazier, Galen Fletcher, Janeen Damian, Miranda Cosgrove, and Vince Balzono. It is co-produced by Xavier Roy and associate produced by Billy Schofield. Nathan Lanier took care of the music. Graham Robbins is on cinematography. Scott Hill edits the piece, with Jonathan Clay Harris as casting director. Production design is Brian Kane. We have art direction from Jordan Bent. Victoria Soderholm is set decoration. Caroline Cranston is costume design. Hair and makeup, we have Cindy Barlow, Maria Gleason, Mazuda Saba, Nikita Shembri, Mary Fan. What else do we have? Okay, so Lisa Chandler, Andrew Chin, Fraser Corbett, Goffrey Darrell, Megan Hu, Kaylee Hyman, Kristen Kong, Lionel Myrie, Crystal Mudry, Kelsey Padula, Mackenzie Payton, and Andrew Priest took care of stunts. So, our cast. Right, we have got Miranda Cosgrove as Dawn. We also have got her aunt. Birdie is played by Frances Fisher. It's all a bit all over the place, to be honest with you people. We have got she's got sisters. I think they are Dawn. I think one of her sisters is Maxine, played by Ava Bianchi. I think Eve might be one, played by Hannah Stoking. Yeah, it's not very clear. Okay, we'll just go with the other people anyway. All right, so Trey McAllen is played by Pierson Fodé. We have got Rachel, one of the executives of the show, played by Yvonne Orgy. Her other producer, Carl, played by Torrance Combs. All right, the other contestants is Lexi Miller, played by Madison Pettis. There is Jasmine, played by Christine Park. There's Emily, played by Emilia Barank. Cinderella, played by Madeline Arthur. Heather, played by Veronica Long. Amber, played by Nakia Toussaint. Eve, played by... Oh, yeah, we've done Eve. Yes, who else is there? Jimmy, played by Harry Jowsey. Oscar, played by Eric Cole Smith. We have got one of the other contestants, played by Dora Liu. There is the flight attendant, played by Tegan Vins. We got Jesus, played by Hugo Atio. Lexi, played by William Wilder. Stephen, played by Caden Connors. Frank, played by T.J. Riley. Spike, played by Diego Stradell. Yeah, I mean, that's the main lot. So the gist of the story: a woman joins a dating show thinking it's in Paris, France for an art opportunity, but it's actually in Paris, Texas. She tries to get eliminated until falling for the bachelor, complicating her plans. So yeah, we start off, we've got a girl in a shed welding, and supposedly she's doing art, making a sculpture, I believe. Right, and she goes into the kit. She's looking for post because she's waiting for a letter from this art school in France she's applied for. And she's got in, but they're not going to give her financial aid. So she hasn't saved up enough money, only enough for a year, right? Because of other things that she did. And you know, her parents have died in an accident, obviously, right? So she lives with her aunt in a huge ass house where you're just like, wait, who paid for this house, right? With her sisters, you know, right? No one seems to work. So it's just like, wait, how are you affording this? But her sister is an avid fan of reality TV and tells her about this dating show, right? And they're filming the new series in Paris. So this is her opportunity to get to Paris and, you know, get money to be able to pay for it. So it's this whole elaborate plan. She goes out the night before, right? She goes out the night before and she bumps into a guy, as they always do. And, you know, her and the guy connect. And it just turns out that he's going to be on a dating show and it's just this whole big thing, right? But I'm just like, there's a lot going. Firstly, the whole thing about we didn't know it's in Paris, Texas, and not Paris, France. And I'm just like, okay, to have a plane just circle in the air for 9 hours, the cost of petrol, no one is doing that, right? No one is doing that. Just looking at the size of the plane, it wouldn't have enough fuel to make it all the way to Paris, right? So firstly, the plane is a big giveaway of what this is. You know, I mean, there's a lot that's just like silly, right? Just completely silly, right? The fact that there's all these people on this dating show, but they're kind of, you know, the producers giving Dawn all of this kind of preferential treatment, as it were, is nuts. Like, the moment you found out two people knew each other, you would kick them off the show. You know, just makes sense, right? It's, when you look at everyone on the show, they've all got, I mean, I was going to actually say, right, everyone looks, you know what I mean? There's that look. And everyone's got it. And I was going to say that's kind of bullshit, but to be honest, that's probably the most realistic thing from the film. If you see any of these adverts for these shows, no one looks normal, right? No one looks like a person off road, right? So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? But then you have people acting like they don't understand what this is, right? Firstly, the bachelor, he's signed up to do it. He's letting them use his house and everything like that. So to kind of think that he wouldn't know the ins and outs of everything is just ludicrous. You know what I mean? So we have, like, these kind of things make no sort of sense, right? Trying to sneak away, right? But not sneak away for a few hours. Like, it's just like, did you not think anyone was going to ask a question of where you would be? You know what I mean? It's just like, what are you talking about? Right? Going, oh, yeah, I don't know, people. It's just, there's a lot of the show. Like, you have people supposedly, falling for each other, but why? Right? There's no real reason or rationale between it. There's another romance that kind of gets slotted on, which again, you're just like, I mean, where does that come from? You know what I mean? It's just this random nonsense. There is a lot happening on the show that is just weird. Like the whole bull riding thing. The speed isn't consistent, which then would make it not fair. So you're just like, then what? I don't. What is this? You know what I mean? It's just weird. Like there's nothing wrong with the acting, because everyone's just playing the paper thin roles they've been given. It's the script isn't. I mean, the script is nothing really, but I'll say this: this film, it's lacking in story, lacking in character development, but it is basically the archetype of what these films are, right? So any of those Hallmark films, any of those, basically, it's really, the epitome of a Netflix rom-com. So I think when you look at what, like, My Oxford Year, right? Things like The Map That Leads Me to You, things like, was it Upgrade, on Prime, right? Just any of those type of films, My Fault, just all of those type of things, they are this, right? The stories are all the same, right? When people are holding on to a secret, there's no real reason why you wouldn't give someone this information. You know what I mean? Like, the relationships, the foundation of the relationship is a lie. Which is bonkers, because if you're lying about something stupid, then how can an actual relationship come from this? Because we know that you all lie over the stupidest things. So how would I ever trust that you wouldn't, give me big information? You know what I mean? Like, just the idea, the essence of these stories are stupid, right? It doesn't actually make any sense. Like, people are supposedly falling in love, but they're falling in love from what? Because it's never anything that seems to be really deep. Now, they'll superficially try and tag something on and be like, oh, you're such a great art. But it's just like, but you've never really seen her art. So what the fuck are you talking about? Right? It's just nonsense. But this film isn't made for me. Right? It's really not made for me. I really cannot remember the reason why I watched it. But yeah, it's made for the people that just love these films. And these films have a huge audience. So there's going to be a bunch of people who are just like, I don't know what you're talking about. This film was great. And awesome. Awesome. Because, there should be stories for everyone. And so if you're a fan of the Netflix Hallmark Prime Video rom-com, right, then The Wrong Paris is going to be right up your alley. As I say, it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. So, if you've got Netflix, and most people seem to have it, then enjoy, people. Enjoy.